Are you ready to challenge your perception of life and unlock a new way of thinking? In this video, we will take you on a journey of self-discovery, enlightenment, and inner peace as we delve into the core principles of Buddhism. Lesson 1. Everything adds up. The awareness that little deeds taken regularly over time can lead to great transformation. In our fast-paced environment, one can easily undervalue the influence of little daily choices. Buddhism tells us that our lives are built from these apparently little decisions. Think about a garden metaphorically. Our life blossoms from the little daily activities we take, much as a garden develops from the tiny seeds we plant. Plant seeds of compassion, patience, and kindness. You will grow to live with these traits. Conversely, if you plant seeds of bitterness, frustration, and negativity, your life will mirror those qualities too. This knowledge helps us to significantly take meaningful charge of our life. It reminds us to be aware of our behavior and to realize that every choice we make helps to guide our life generally. This insight can be motivating as well as humble, since it reminds us that we have great power to mold our future and shows us how much responsibility we have over our life. The lesson, everything adds up, also emphasizes the need of the effort accumulation. In Buddhism, the slow road to enlightenment is much stressed. This road is about constant, gradual improvement rather than about abrupt, spectacular changes. Every action you do, no matter tiny, advances your objectives. Buddhism also holds that everything is entwined. Our choices have effects not only on ourselves, but also on the people in our vicinity and the planet generally. Another way everything makes sense is through this interdependence. Our behavior shapes others in ways we might not even be aware of, therefore adding to a greater web of life. One person's kindness to another, for example, can set off a chain reaction whereby that person inspires others to be nice as well. Likewise, a negative deed might cause damage and suffering outside of the current circumstances. Knowing that our activities are a part of this linked web helps us to be more conscious of the energy we discharge into the world. This knowledge motivates us to act more with awareness and compassion. We understand that our life is not separate, but rather closely entwined with the life of others. This insight can inspire a more compassionate way of life, in which we are more aware of how our activities support the general welfare of society. Within Buddhism, ideas are regarded as equally vital as deeds. All actions originate from the mind. Hence, our ideas are quite important in determining our reality. The notion that everything adds up relates also to our ideas. Every idea we consider shapes our mental and emotional state generally. While negative, harmful ideas can cause anguish and misery, positive, constructive ideas help one view life. As with behavior, the accumulation of positive ideas over time can result in a calm and satisfied mind. On the other hand, the accumulation of bad ideas can cause a condition of continual anxiety or discontent. This is the reason mindfulness is so fundamental in Buddhism. Awareness of our thoughts helps us to decide which ones to nurture and which ones to let go of. With time, this conscious awareness of our ideas can cause a significant change in our experience of life. It's about realizing their influence and deciding not to give bad ideas needless authority over us, not about stifling them. Knowing that everything adds up helps us to live with more purpose. We start to see how our judgments, ideas, and behavior add to the general caliber of our life. This knowledge results in a more deliberate style of life, whereby we deliberately choose to match our behavior with our values and objectives. Living with intention is assuming ownership for the life you are building. It's about realizing that past decisions and actions now define your present situation, and that the decisions you make now will help to define your future. This viewpoint helps you to take charge of your life, so empowering you. Buddhism exhorts us to treat others, as well as ourselves, in compassion in our daily existence. The lesson that everything adds up is one about development rather than perfection. It's about making little, regular adjustments that, with time, cause notable increase. Lesson 2. Your special experience. Each person's life is molded by a special mix of elements, including background, upbringing, culture, relationships, and personal decisions. Though we could have some shared experiences with others, our interpretation and handling of these events is quite personal. Buddhism holds that every one of us is unique in the universe, since our particular experiences help us to grow personally and spiritually. This knowledge helps us to quit evaluating our life against others. Particularly with social media's dominance in today's environment, it's easy to slip into the trap of evaluating our path to someone else's. When we see others succeeding in something we haven't, we can feel inadequate. On the other hand, when we succeed in something others haven't, we might feel superior. Buddhism holds, though, that these analogues are not only useless but also deceptive. Your road is yours own. It is not like that of anyone else. You will learn to value even the challenging events when you start to see your life as a particular unique path. These difficulties present chances for personal development rather than only hurdles to be surmounted. Positive or unpleasant, every experience gives your life more complexity and richness, thereby making it especially yours. Buddhism also holds that every event offers chances for self-discovery and illumination. There is always something to be learned, regardless of your current emotional state, joy or pain. Accepting your personal narrative helps you to develop from every experience, therefore turning even the most trying events into insightful teachings. Knowing that your experience is unique also helps one to develop self-compassion. Buddhism emphasizes the need of treating oneself kindly, since everyone is on their own particular path and confronts different difficulties. Accepting the individuality of your road will help you start to treat yourself with the same compassion and empathy you would show to others. Self-compassion is the ability to embrace flaws and errors free from critical judgment. It implies realizing that, with the knowledge and tools at hand, you are performing the best you can. Understanding that your experience is unique can help you to move ahead with more self-acceptance and love, and to pardon yourself for past mistakes. Buddhism teaches that all things are interrelated, even while it stresses the uniqueness of every personal experience. Though it seems contradictory, this is a lovely and deep reality. Your own experience adds to the greater fabric of life, much as the events of others help to shape yours. Every one of us is a part of a large linked web of life, whereby the paths of one person affects and is influenced by the paths of another. This knowledge helps one to be sympathetic to others. Realizing that your experience is unique helps you also see the uniqueness in the experiences of others. You are more sympathetic and forgiving of others, since you realize that everyone is handling their own problems, pleasures, and tragedies. Buddhism holds that acknowledging your own experience honors the experiences of others as well. This mutual respect fosters harmony and unity among all people, therefore enabling the construction of a society in which every person's path is appreciated. One great approach to get insight and wisdom is to consider your life and experiences. Buddhism promotes consistent introspection as a technique of grasping the lessons your experiences teach and their deeper significance. When you give your life some thought, you will start to discover trends, acknowledge your development, and get clarity about the road forward. Reflecting enables you to value the particular nature of your path. It lets you honor the wisdom you have acquired along the road, see how far you have come, and admit the difficulties you have surmounted. Particularly under trying circumstances, this practice of introspection may be a wonderful consolation and strength builder. Realizing that your experience is unique helps you to go forth with intent. You know that your life has purpose, and that every event advances both spiritually and personally. This insight helps you to get the will to pursue your objectives with tenacity and to boldly meet obstacles. Buddhism holds that life presents a priceless chance for development and enlightenment. Appreciating the uniqueness of your experience will help you to maximize this chance and lead you to live every day with aim and goal. You start to pay closer attention to your decisions, behavior, and choices, and to be more dedicated to lead a life consistent with your own self. Lesson 3. Less than perfect. Uncertainties and ambiguities abound throughout life. Usually, things are not as precisely as we would want them to be. Buddhism helps us to welcome this reality since it recognizes it. This is the ambiguity notion. Ambiguity has the unpleasant effect. It can cause us to be doubtful, nervous, puzzled. It might, however, also be freeing. It can let us access fresh ideas, fresh interpretations, fresh opportunities. Because when things are unclear, we have the chance to investigate, challenge ideas, and develop. Buddhism exhorts us to welcome this uncertainty with an open eye and a sympathetic heart. It helps us to let go of our demand for clarity, our need for control, our need for precise responses. Since life isn't always binary, there are gray days as well, and that is fine. Not give up. Accept the uncertainty instead. Travel the unknown. And keep in mind that the most important development and most deep discoveries usually come from the gray zones. Lesson 4. New Day Tomorrow. The Buddhist lesson of rebirth is among the most consoling ones. Every day, every moment, every breath is an opportunity for starting over. Tomorrow marks a new day, a blank slate, a fresh start. This instruction is intimately related with the idea of impermanence. We have chances to change as everything is always changing. We can learn from our mistakes, let the past go, and choose differently going ahead. See every day as a lovely blank canvas. Paint it any way you like. You can load it with happiness, love, kindness, progress, and knowledge. Alternatively, you may keep it blank, unlived, undressed. You have to make the decision. Still, every canvas, every day, every moment is priceless. Don't squander it obsessing about the past or the future, since future is fresh today, and it just awaits you to maximize it. Remember this teaching, then if you're feeling stuck, if you feel like you've made too many mistakes, if you feel like you can't keep on, tomorrow is fresh today. It offers an opportunity to start over. It presents an opportunity for various living. It's an opportunity for development. Lesson 5. Bright and dark. One dances oppositely through life. Joy and grief, gain and loss, praise and censure, pleasure and suffering. Buddhism guides us to welcome this duality, to accept the dark as well as the bright. This is the middle way idea. The middle way addresses harmony. It's about striking the center ground amid extremes. It's about seeing that life is a continual interaction between both rather than only one thing or the other. See life as though it were a lovely tapestry. The wonderful times, the joyful events, the good feelings are shown by the brilliant threads. The sorrowful events, the terrible experiences, the negative feelings are represented by the dark threads. Both are important. Both are worth something. We wouldn't value the light without the dark. We wouldn't grasp the happiness without the sad. Try not to escape the unpleasant events. Life consists in part of them. They constitute a component of development. Choose to embrace them instead. Grow from them. Remember too that they are only one thread in the tapestry, one aspect of the dance. Lesson 6. Reason exists everywhere. Dependent origination is a notion found in Buddhism. It helps us to see that everything in life is linked and that everything has a cause, a reason, a goal. Nothing occurs isolated. There is no chance occurrence here. See life as a sophisticated network. Every moment, every action, every event forms a thread in that network, and every strand links many others. Pull on one thread, and the web vibrates overall. Change one thing. Everything else follows from that. This instruction can help one get through trying circumstances. It can help us see that our difficulties, our problems, our suffering serve a purpose. These are not haphazard. They do not have no meaning. On the web, they exist. These are threads linked to something higher. It can also provide viewpoint during good times. It will enable us to value the happy events, the special moments, the great feelings. Since they too live on the internet, they also have links to something higher. And keep in mind that you participate actively on this web. You are included in it. You live on one of its strands. Your deeds, your ideas, your ambitions create waves over the whole internet. Thus, consider your actions carefully. Pay attention to your thoughts. Think carefully about your intentions, since everything has a purpose, and you participate for this as well. Lesson 7. Live right now. Buddhism emphasizes on the need of living in the present. This is mindfulness as understood. It's about really living in the here and now and avoiding thinking ahead over the past. See life as though it were a river. The past is the water already running by. The future is the still to come water. Right now, the present is the water straight in front of you. The water that has already run past is beyond your influence. The water yet to arrive is beyond your control. Still, your interaction with the water just in front of you is under your control. Mindfulness is about narrowing your attention to that water. It's about sense of temperature, texture, flow. It's about entirely, totally experiencing it. You only have that present, that water, that time. Present living does not entail discounting the past or the future. Learning from the past, making future plans, yet living in the present. It means realizing that the current moment is the only one you can really experience, really affect, actually live. Thus, don't let the present to pass by undetectable. Don't let it pass you by when you're mired in the past or anxious about the future. For the present is a gift. This is your one moment. There's only just one time that counts. Thus, occupy it. Think about it carefully. Present yourself in it. These 7 lessons represent only a fraction of the great wisdom Buddhism has to offer. Still, they provide a decent basis. They can enable you to view your life from fresh angles. They will enable you to see that every instant counts, that every experience is different, that every action has results. They can enable you to enjoy the dance of opposites, the beauty of life, the connectivity of everything. They can enable you live more fully, more compassionately, more deliberately. Thus, consider these teachings seriously. Think back on them. Think on them meditatively. Use these in your life. Furthermore, keep in mind that your life will never be the same. You cannot return once you have tasted the sweet nectar of wisdom, once you have felt the great serenity of understanding, once you have seen the lovely dance of existence. Unviewed is not possible. You cannot pretend to be ignorant. Unfelt is not possible. You are change. You come waking. You are still living.